Hey guys, I'm Ritvik.
And I'm Kunal.
We started this YouTube channel, Otaku Camp, because we're really bored.
And we absolutely love anime and manga.
We're going to be making lots of videos on anime and manga.
This video will be a full spoiler review of the One Piece manga, which is our absolute favorite.
That's why we decided to start off with it.
This video will be covering the first two chapters and then we'll be moving arc by arc.
Hopefully, One Piece doesn't end by the time we catch up. We hope you guys enjoy this.
Okay then, let's get started.
Chapter 1, Romance Dawn. And the way the main lad, Roger, is introduced is actually very badass, dude. Like, he's...
And like within the first page, the entirety of the objective of the series is revealed. Like,
the One Piece.
the objective is to find his treasure.
Yeah. Man, Roger is such a badass. Even now when he's actually introduced to us properly. Coming into Fuchsia village, Windmill Town. It's not really specifically named in the beginning, but now we get to know Windmill Town.
And this is and we see Shanks's Luffy on Shanks's ship.
And Luffy's introduced as is very weird and very trippy how Luffy's actually introduced cutting himself in the face.
Yeah, but I do like it because that shows us what kind of a character Luffy is, and that's how Oda introduces every character. He wants to show the maximum of their characteristics in their introduction.
To be honest, yeah, because Luffy's remained childish till now. 900 chapters, 980 chapters down the line, Luffy's remained childish. And any of the characters that
he's childish, I would rather say he's carefree because he believes that if anybody challenges him or anything comes up against him, he's strong enough to beat them.
That's where the problems can lie. But another thing when very within the first few chapters of any character that was introduced, and if any situation shows up, we know how that character is gonna react because Oda just made the personality of that character so very clear to us. Just takes it 2 to 3 chapters for us after the character is introduced, and that's when we know what the character is gonna act like. And
yeah,
pirates being pirates are enjoying fighting and getting drunk in a bar. Very first.
And then we see Shanks's crew, which I think is very developed. And like you can see in the first page, there's Lucky Roo. Like in the first page of the introduction of them, then you see Shanks. Like all of them have not changed in 900 chapters.
Other than the fact that Lucky Roo has become rounder and Shanks has become much more buff.
Yeah, and then you see Yasop, and later we see Ben Beckman. Within 4 chapters, we see the most important characters of the Shanks' crew, which we know of right now.
Yeah. Man, and Luffy really wants to travel with Shanks. Luffy's always been headstrong. He's I want to go. I'm strong enough. And Shanks no, maybe 10 years down the line, I'll think about it. And that sticks with Luffy because exactly 10 years when he's 17 is when he leaves for to sea to become a pirate. It took him 10 years. He stuck to that. And Shanks' personality is just he's very he wants to mess around with Luffy. That's all. Not taking Luffy.
He's just And then we see Ben Beckman just smoking there and being cool. And in the first panel, you see Ben Beckman. You know he's a cool character. He's a badass character.
He oozes out badass energy. He's also the smartest character from the East group.
And then we see Makino, who I want in my personal headcanon. She is the mother of Shanks' baby. The baby we saw after the 2-year time skip. I just believe that Shanks went back to the East Blue in those 2 years, and that is his child.
Man, totally. I mean, I want that to happen, but it's Oda, bro. I don't know if Oda always messes around with people. But I want this to be true that was Shanks' kid. That'll be hype.
And then Igum enters, breaking the door, and you see in the meantime in this commotion, Luffy has eaten the gum fruit.
Yeah,
and then
the gum fruit. and it's like
Yeah.
he's eating it and no one's realizing what's up because Higuma is there.
And then all the booze is out, and Shanks is like, "This is the last bottle. You can have it." And then
Chill, chill.
Higuma just tries to beat up Shanks, and Shanks just doesn't care. Which this is referenced again in like Jaya, which I find beautiful because like right now Luffy is so like flabbergasted. Why did Shanks do this? But
Yeah.
later he does this himself in Jaya.
Man, Luffy learns. Luffy learns. I think that was the entire point. Shanks also won. Shanks kind of taught Luffy that what it means to fight for your what it means to fight for your friends and what it means to just need not you don't need to needlessly fight because it's a waste of your time. Don't need to needlessly fight. Huma left.
And then just Shanks is just laughing it off, and like Luffy's just pissed off, like, why did you do that? Why did you not fight back? You're a man, aren't you? And then we see the first introduction of the Gum Gum fruit, what it actually is.
That was one of the trippiest moments ever. Luffy's hand just stretching and everyone just like squirting out water. Like, what the hell is going on, bruh?
Yeah.
Trippy.
And then Lakiru realizing that the fruit is gone.
Luffy, eat this. Gone. Fruit of rubber, they called it. Now we all call it the gum fruit. Man.
I think that's just the translation.
Yeah, it's obviously.
Then, okay, so you see this page in which Higuma returns to the bar. The gate is repaired again. So I'll tell you what, in one of the SBSs, Oda revealed that the door which Higuma broke was repaired by a wandering carpenter who repairs doors and broken doors. He can't stand a broken door, so he just repairs them. And we find out that he came from a ship. He came in a ship from Wano 50 years ago, and he's the brother of the construction manager in Wano who Frankie was studying under.
Bruh, Oda, man, that this dude, it totally feels like he just made up something just to answer the question, but he made.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody was like, how did this door get repaired? And he just created that character, but then he later integrated him back into the story, which is just insane.
Oda, bro. Man,
then Luffy's getting beaten up by Higuma and his crew.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden Higuma's like, Brad, you're strong, but don't annoy. It's like, I don't know.
Then there's an epic scene of Lakiru just shooting a person and Shanks saying, you don't use a gun to scare people, you use it to kill them.
Yeah. And all those bandits are like, what? That's a cheap shot, man. Don't play dirty.
And then like, what are we?
What do you think we are? We're not some saints. We're pirates. We'll fight however we want to fight. And like, that's basic premise, bro. Pirates aren't heroes, and it's about this. This premise is replayed in the manga again and again so many times.
Yeah, and then you see like the reasoning why Shanks came now and not came to fight now and not back at the bar. He's like, I don't care if you beat me up, but if you mess with my friends, I will beat you up. And that's like, that sticks with Luffy like throughout the series.
Amazing stuff.
Then they fight a bit and Higuma runs away with Luffy, and then
Beckman just handles them like 2 seconds is all it took Beckman to beat them up. And then
without even shooting, he just like uses the back of his guns to just destroy them.
Now that these guys have... Now Higuma's left with Luffy and tow in like one small boat. And like, he's again bragging about himself. He's like, I've killed 56 people who messed with me before, you know. Trip.
And then he just kicks off Luffy, and he doesn't even know that he has a devil fruit. He just kicks him off like, probably doesn't know how to swim.
And then no, he does know that Luffy has a devil fruit because he saw him, right? He's like, okay, we should sell him to a circus and stuff. We'll get more money, but then he decides to just kill him off. But then as Luffy falls into the water to his imminent death, we get to see the reason for why this is happening in the first place. That Luffy was standing up for his mate, and then it enters the guardian of the coast, is
The
what
Lord of the Coast, yeah.
Lord of the Coast. That huge sea beast enters and like
And it just kills Higuma in one bite. It just eats him.
done, bro. That dude's gone. And then
And
he
then he
started,
bites off Shanks's arm.
man. Shanks comes
Now
in.
there's so much to talk about Shanks's arm because like many people are like, is this an oversight on Oda's part? Because like right now we know how badass Shanks is. He's one of the emperors. So like
He's
I
not one of
personally
the
believe
emperors
that
yet, but he's very strong.
not right now, but like now, like where we are right now, he's one of the emperors. So like he has to be pretty strong even right now in the manga. So like I believe that this was sort of a bet on Shanks's part on like the next generation. Like he saw Roger in Luffy, so that's why he just was ready to give up his own arm.
He told us to really in one of
Yeah.
his flashbacks.
And then we see the first instance of
Haki.
Conqueror's Haki.
He just stares at the beast, and the beast just like shat itself, and it ran away. But then Luffy's actually feeling for Shanks' arm.
And then, okay, this scene I really love because this sets up that this is not a non-consequential series. It has consequences when you mess up, when you do something wrong. There are consequences.
Yeah.
Like this being set up in the very first chapter is very interesting because most series don't do this.
Most shonen series do this.
Yeah, like in Dragon Ball, you die, you come back, nobody cares. Like you die, you come back 10 times, you die, you come back 50 times. Like it's like it doesn't even matter at one point.
Yeah. Luffy with One Piece is like very clear about this. But then again, Oda doesn't really kill off characters that often. But when he does kill off a character, you cry like that. Man, even like a inanimate character in when the
Death of Mary.
died, if you could call it death, but we all cried, dude. We all cried when that happened.
That was like, I think that was the second time I ever cried in like reading manga or watching anime.
Man, going Mary. I didn't like cry full on, but my eyes were watery for sure. I was like, man, bruh.
Yeah. Like I was all sort of crying at like I want to live, and then that just broke me. Like the death of Mary broke me.
Robin's I want to live, or the Mary.
Yeah.
Or the Mary.
Yeah, like first Robin's I want to live, and then Mary's death. Like that just broke me. I was like, oh man, this is sad.
Shit. Bro. Then then moving ahead, we have Shanks is ready to leave.
And then we have Luffy's declaration of becoming the pirate king.
Till now it was Luffy saying, Shanks, take me with you. I want to join, but now Luffy's like, no, it's fine if you don't take me with you. I will set out on a journey myself. I will have a crew stronger than yours, and I will become the king of the pirates. Luffy's like ambition has been portrayed. His goal.
Yeah, and then Shanks gives him the hat.
The iconic straw hat, man. It's right now. It has so many theories going on about that hat right now. It's just amazing. Oh, it's gonna be when Oda reveals what the hat is actually like. If the hat is some cool stuff, what it's gonna be about.
And then the hat is just, it's one of those things like the hat is so iconic. Like his name is literally Straw Hat Luffy.
Straw Hat.
Like his so. It's like it is so ingrained with his name, and Roger had the same hat, Shanks had this hat, now Luffy has this hat. We don't know who had it before Roger, we don't know who will have it after Luffy. Like there's so many questions that need to be answered with the hat.
And like One Piece is said to be like 80% done, I think, and we still don't know a lot of we still a lot of our questions are still unanswered.
Tell you what, the amount of questions we had before Reverie were almost doubled after Reverie.
Yeah, especially with introduction of Yim-sama.
That was one of the most out of nowhere things. Like
Yeah,
you could sense it coming, but still it was sort of out of nowhere.
because now we're questioning who the final battle is going to be with at all. Like, there is
I have a few like
there is Blackbeard. Man, there are too many.
yeah. Okay, so then we cut to 10 years later, where Luffy finally goes out on his journey and just punches the Lord of the Coast and one hits it
The Gum Gum
with
pistol.
Gum Gum pistol. Yeah, and this attack was foreshadowed like somewhere in between the chapter when Luffy says my punches are
Like pistols.
pistol bullets like my punches are like pistols. So like
And the art. This is Oda's first chapter, and the art is already like very good, and it just gets better from here.
yeah, the paneling, everything is just
Amazing.
amazing.
I'll become the king of the pirates. His declaration. Second chapter, Luffy's like, in the beginning it seems like he's very like nonchalant, enjoying, and then the second page,
He sets off without food and without any direction. So yeah, I would say nonchalant.
and then the second page we see it, the huge whirlpool. Let's see how careless. Yes, Luffy, that is very careless. He just walked into a whirlpool. And the thing that's the
And then he's just
He's like, I can't. He's like says, I can't even swim. But then he's like, oh wait, it doesn't matter if I can't swim in a situation like this. I'm gonna die anyway. And this boat capsizes.
and then he just hops into a barrel like
Man's smart and dumb. Like, I mean, it's not really smart, but he did what he could. And then we introduced to finally Alvida, Iron Bludgeon Alvida. Got it.
at first you think she's really hot because it only shows you her in silhouettes, and then you see her face like her body, and it's like, oh my god, that is
Oh, bruh.
horrifying.
And we're introduced to Kobe as well. The man, the legend.
Yeah,
Kobe. Very pessimistic lad.
he's just getting beaten up right now.
He wanted to. He just. I wait. The way he gets caught by Alvida in the first place was by mistake. He wanted to go fishing or something, and he just ended up walking into a ship.
Yeah.
And he's been there for 2 years.
Then he walks in with a barrel where members of his crew are waiting.
And they think it'd be like wine or some treasure or some shit, but they're wrong. It's Luffy.
And this is like the introduction of Luffy in the anime. So it's like it is quite a memorable scene. Like him breaking out of a barrel is quite the interesting scene. And like right when he gets out, he says, "What a nice nap that was."
He's
He
not.
just shouts this, and like Alvida hears this and she just gets pissed. Like while the other members are like, "Who the hell is this?" And then like Alvida gets pissed, and like she like stops slacking off. She destroys the entire
Entire
Oh.
house was wrecked by
Okay.
her with a bludgeon. Pretty strong. And she's like super insecure or something. Like, what's the most beautiful thing along the sea? That'll be for sure you, Alvida Sama. No, it's not. Are you trying to disobey
in
me?
like
Man, that was too trippy. She heard Luffy and she thought one of her own crewmates was like trying to take a nap or some shit.
and then they're like somebody broke in like and then he's like, is it Zoro? And this is the first referencing of Zoro in the entire series.
Yeah, we get introduced.
Like this
Dude.
sets up for like only one chapter later, but this like just shows how Oda likes to do things. He just doesn't like to just show a character and like we have no reference about them. He likes to slowly ease you into it.
Yeah. And man, Zoro is pretty badass. Like his reputation precedes him, but yes, he's deserving of that. To be honest, the Roro no Azu.
Yeah, and then we see Kobe and Luffy talking a bit,
Kobe and Luffy. To be honest,
and Kobe shows him his boat he's been making for 2 years, and Luffy's just like, what is
that a coffin?
Often? Like that is another most like the prime examples of like One Piece humor, which like one character is very serious, but like another character is like he doesn't even care much,
Yeah,
and it might seem a bit rude, but it works.
comedy. Luffy. Kobe spent 2 years on that boat. Again, it's like it just shows us that Kobe spent 2 years working with Alvida, like being like kidnapped by Alvida and couldn't even run away. And
Yeah, like, and then we're told how he joined her crew, which is one of the most funniest things. Like the funniest backstory is probably Kobe's. He just joins her crew while going out for fishing.
fishing accidentally. Like I've spent 2 years here. And Luffy's like very direct. He's like, you're pretty stupid and useless, and you seem kind of wimpy too. I don't like you. This guy is too straightforward, man.
I
Amazing.
mean, like in other characters, you would think they were being dicks, but Luffy is just being honest.
Yeah, and it's true because Kobe, when he's introduced, is very, very wimpy and very pessimistic. Even like when he asked Luffy, why do you say Luffy's like, I want to become the king of the pirates. And Kobe just like goes off on how that's impossible and that he won't be able to do it, he'll die.
And that is when he name drops the One Piece for the first time in the series.
You're looking for the world's greatest treasure, the One Piece. Man.
Yeah.
You want to die or something? That's what he tells him. And then Luffy just like loses his shit. The one thing that
Just
anything that I mean, actually, there are two things in the entire series so far that can actually trigger Luffy. One is if you're contending for the Pirate King style like position and you're like outright with Luffy, and Luffy will get pissed. And another thing is if you hurt one of his friends. These are the two. These are one of the only two reasons that genuinely pisses Luffy off. Amazing.
And it is like this characterization is so like well implemented within the first two chapters. Like, cause right now you see, because it's my dream, I'm willing to die for it. Like that's how dedicated he is.
Luffy is very strong-willed, and then we see that a lot coming in coming chapters. A lot, Luffy is very strong-willed, and it kind of rubs off on Kobe as well because he starts like, "Can I achieve my dream? Can I become a marine?" Because that's Kobe's dream. He wants to, because he wants to catch pirates like Alvida.
And then Alvida just one-shots his entire boat.
His coffin. One shots it. And then Kobe's like it's like a reset for Kobe. He immediately goes back to his original pessimistic ways. Like who's the most beautiful woman? And Kobe's like, it's you. And then Luffy's like, who's this rude woman here? Everyone's tripping balls at this point. It's too funny.
Yeah, like the thing is, like Oda does this a lot. He injects very serious scenes with very like he chooses his humorous scenes, inputting them into serious ones. Like that is just how he does it.
Yeah, it's quite common at this point.
And then Kobe even gets triggered, and he's like, she is the rudest damn bitch. And first he was going to say that she was the most beautiful person, but then he's like, if Luffy can do it, why can I not? And that's like, that's just sets off Kobe on like a long route which he would traverse throughout the series.
Yeah.
And then just Luffy one-shots Alvida this time. Like at the beginning, Luffy one-shots everything, like the Lord of the Coast, Alvida, Helmeppo later.
Man, what I don't understand is that bludgeon. How did it leave his straw hat without a damn hole, bro? It's an iron bludgeon. I get why Luffy doesn't have holes in him, but like a straw hat, man. But then Alvida would pretty much be
maybe
that straw hat. The Luffy would be very prepare a boat for Kobe. He wants to join the Marines. Stay out of it. Beautiful.
Then they just set off again without any like the thing is, Luffy keeps setting off without taking supplies.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are supplies because as we can see in the boat there's
there are a few boxes.
So there probably does have
supplies. And then we get the Grand Line gets name dropped again. Like Kobe's like, if you go looking for the One Piece, you'll probably be going to the Grand Line. and then he's like,
Pirates
this place is
Graveyard.
known as the Pirates Graveyard. And like, I think what Oda was trying to do throughout the East Blue was set up the Grand Line to be such a big challenge for anybody who wants to enter
But
it. Like, throughout the East Blue, you can see that he's setting it up like it is the thing. Like, we spent like 800 chapters, like almost 900 right now. We spent in the Grand Line, so he wanted to set that up as a challenge for the crew.
yeah. But at like where we are right now, Grand Line's basically paradise compared to the New World. Man,
Yeah, but at the start of the series, like the Grand Line it was like the way Oda builds it up. It was supposed to, like, it is what the New World is right now for us.
yeah, pretty much. It was.
And then he's like,
Portrayed
you,
very scary.
yeah, and then Kobe's like, you don't want to recruit Zoro into your crew. He's a monster.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
Luffy's like, the place you're going to is where my first crew member is going to be. That guy you were talking about is Zoro. And like, Zoro is, I think, one of the only crew members that Luffy actually sought out. You know, he had the person in mind when he went looking for him, and not like he just met him in his journey and then he won them over. It was just he specifically sought out Zoro, and Zoro's just too badass. He's vice captain. This is the reason he's vice captain. Amazing stuff, really.
he's like, yeah, he's first mate, basically.
If he's a good guy, I'll ask him to join me. That's what Luffy says, man. Anyway, and he's very cool guy. That's Zoro.
Yeah, and that's
Like a monster.
that's how it starts off, and then we start getting to the like we start getting into who joins the crew and everything past this point, and it's a good starting off point for the series. Like, chapter 2 is relatively like the things that are going on within chapter 2 are pretty irritating, but like the name drops and the character introductions in chapter 2 are much more interesting than what's going on within chapter 2.
Yeah, for sure. We get, it's actually this you wouldn't realize it in your first read, but this chapter was very informative. Actually, it gives you a lot.
Yeah, you get introduced to Zoro, Grand Line, and name drop of the final treasure where after the One Piece.
You get introduced to Kobe, who's pretty important later on with a lot of important stuff. It's very cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about him in the next review.
Yeah, this is it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed our.
I think the next video should be up a week after this one is posted, so
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that. Thank you.